From the Allegro Recording Studio in Burbank, California, it's the 2021 Pasadena Vocal Competition Winners broadcast with Artistic Director, pianist Catherine Miller and Mistress of Ceremonies, soprano Jamie Chamberlin. Sponsored by a generous grant from the Barbera Foundation and funded by the Pasadena Area Opera Trust, 12 rising stars in the world of opera will receive $25,000 in cash prizes. And now, let's welcome Catherine Miller.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2021 Pasadena Vocal Competition Awards broadcast. This year is the fourth annual competition, which has been sponsored by Mr. Robert Barbera of the Barbera Foundation and numerous donors who will be listed at the end of the program. With funding from the Pasadena Area Opera Trust, I am thrilled to announce that we will give away $25,000 this year to 12 very deserving young, talented opera singers. Joining me today is soprano Jamie Chamberlin.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Today, we're thrilled to announce that we had an unprecedented number of applications this year. 87 singers submitted their headshots, resumes, bios, and videos of two contrasting operatic arias that were reviewed by our artistic director, Catherine Miller. Out of these 87 singers, 30 were passed on to our virtual final rounds, held on Saturday, February 20th at St. Matthew's Lutheran Church in North Hollywood. Our distinguished panel of judges then listened to videos, reviewed resumes and bios, and picked the 12 winners you'll hear today.
It certainly was a monumental task deciding which 30 singers to pass on, and it was even more difficult for our judges to pick only 12. Jamie, tell us about the breakdown of our 87 applicants.
Well, Kathy, this year we had 12 mezzo-sopranos, 3 countertenors, 9 tenors, 7 baritones, 3 basses, and 53 sopranos.
Oh, of course, we had 53 sopranos. I love sopranos. I think I counted 10 of my closest friends are sopranos.
Oh, it doesn't surprise me.
Let's get started with our first group of winners. Each of the following 4 winners will receive a check for $1,250. We're calling this category our Encouragement Award. We will listen to these singers in alphabetical order because they've each received the same amount of money. Our first winner is soprano Leah Brzezinski, who will sing A Douce Enfant from the opera Cendrillon by Massenet. Leah is 27 years old and a graduate of Michigan State University and Yale University. She's attended the Young Artist programs of Santa Fe Opera, Minnesota Opera, Central City Opera, Utah Festival Opera, and Charlottesville Opera. We'll now hear Maria Kaganskaya, mezzo-soprano, who will sing a part of the letter aria from Werther by Massenet. Maria is 29 years old and a graduate of UC San Diego and the San Francisco Conservatory of Music. She's attended the Young Artist programs of Florida Grand Opera, the Santa Fe Opera, Arizona Opera, Opera Santa Barbara, I Sing International Festival in China, the Russian Opera Workshop, and Opera Works Advanced Artist Program.
Next, we'll hear from 28-year-old baritone Timothy Murray. He will sing Bella siccome un angelo from Don Pasquale by Donizetti. Timothy attended the University of Minnesota, the Manhattan School of Music, and AVA. He is currently a San Francisco Opera Adler Fellow. He also attended the Merilla Opera Program and the Aspen Summer Music Festival. And finally, we'll hear 22-year-old tenor David Young, who will sing Una furtiva lagrima from L'Elisir d'Amore by Donizetti. David studied at DePaul University. He attended the Young Artist programs at College Light Opera Company, Opera in the Ozarks, and the Bayview Music Festival.
Un solo istante palpiti del suo bel cor senti I miei sospiri confondere per poco a suoi sospiri I palpiti sentir confondere I miei col suoi sospiri il cielo si può morir di più non chiedo oh il cielo si può morir di più non chiedo si può morir si può morir d'amor.
Wow, I just love that aria. There's nothing like Donizetti and beautiful bel canto singing.
Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite arias. Una furtiva lagrima.
Now, Kathy, I was really impressed with our distinguished list of judges this year. Tell me about them.
You know, I was so lucky this year to get our wonderful panel. And I'm very fortunate as well to work for San Diego Opera. Now, we're going to talk about our judges in alphabetical order. We're going to get started with David Bennett of San Diego Opera. Now, David is known for being such a personable general manager. He's very approachable. And I don't know if you remember, Jamie, a few years back, San Diego Opera nearly folded.
I sure do.
Yeah, and I'm so glad they didn't. And he's had a monumental task of bringing the company back. He's innovative, he's imaginative. Last fall, he did...
Oh, with the challenge of the pandemic, San Diego Opera was one of the first companies to produce a drive-in opera with their production of La Boheme.
Absolutely, and it was a tremendous success. I was just speaking to David on Saturday, and he said that really they managed to bring a whole lot of new opera goers to the opera.
That's right, and that's what it's all about. It's about creating a new audience. So tell us a little bit more about David.
David Bennett has been the general director of San Diego Opera since 2015. Under his leadership, the company has embarked on a series of community-based initiatives, including a citywide listening tour, free public performances, and family-friendly operas to better serve the diverse San Diego region. Before working in arts administration, he enjoyed a successful career in opera, appearing as a baritone with a number of companies and orchestras throughout the United States. Bennett holds both an MBA and an MA in Arts Administration from Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas. And he's also served as the Vice Chair of the Board of Directors of Opera America.
Our next category is the Special Encouragement Award. Each of the next 4 singers will receive a check for $1,500. 28-year-old soprano Alicia Fox is a graduate of the Manhattan School of Music. She attended the Young Artist programs at Opera Saratoga and Chautauqua Opera, and currently she is in her 2nd year as a member of LA Opera's Young Artist program, where she recently appeared as Dorothée in Joseph Bologne's The Anonymous Lover. Alicia will sing Visi d'arte from Tosca by Puccini. In Act 2 of the opera, Tosca is caught in an impossible situation between the man she loves and one she despises. Tosca asks the Lord why he has repaid her life's work in such a way, singing that she has lived for art and lived for love.
Oh my gosh, that was great. That's one of my favorite arias too, Visi d'arte.
Brava.
You know, I want to mention about our videos. We didn't decide until December that we couldn't really have live auditions. So we received 40 applications by December, and I couldn't go back and say, okay, resubmit. So I find it heartwarming, to be honest, to see people in their kitchen singing, in their house singing.
That's right, Kathy. That's what every classical singer is doing during the pandemic. We're all making self-tapes, and we're all gaining new skills because I guarantee we're going to need these skills in the future still. Our sort of virtual presentations are not going to go away. They're going to become a regular part of our lives.
I think you're right about that. Now, we have another judge to talk about. Now, when we talked about this judge, you said, oh, I want to talk about it. And I said, no, I want to talk about it. So you get to talk about Grant Gershon. But before you do, I went to school with Grant in the 1980s. He was an accompanying major back when there was an accompanying degree. And I remember riding the elevator with him once and just being in awe. He's so talented and so gifted. Tell
That's
us more
right.
about Grant.
Well, I think that the talent and the giftedness is apparent, but also just being an incredibly kind human being.
Yeah.
And if you've ever had the privilege of watching Grant conduct, or actually being the person who is receiving his conducting,
Yeah, right.
you feel so at ease because he really, really respects the singer's needs, and he's just such a consummate musician. So when I found out that you got Grant as one of the judges, I was just so happy because of my few years singing in the LA Opera Chorus with him at the helm as the director of the LA Opera Chorus.
Let's hear a little bit more about Grant.
Grant Gershon is currently in his 20th season as artistic director of the Los Angeles Master Chorale and his 13th season as resident conductor at LA Opera. Under Grant's leadership, the LA Master Chorale has become the nation's largest fully professional choral ensemble. John Williams personally invited Grant and the LA Master Chorale to sing on the soundtracks of the two most recent Star Wars films. He has led over 150 performances at the Walt Disney Concert Hall, both with the LA Master Chorale and the LA Phil. As a conductor of opera, Grant has led dozens of performances at LA Opera. He conducted the world premiere performances of John Adams' Girls of the Golden West, Daniel Catan's Il Postino, and Ricky Ian Gordon's The Grapes of Wrath.
Our next winner is 23-year-old soprano Solène Levan. Solène Levan is a graduate of the Vianden International Music Festival and School. Levan has performed nationally and internationally at venues such as the Brunneby Chamber Concert Series of Sweden, the Los Angeles Philharmonic Affiliates Series, Carnegie Hall, the International Music Festival in Munster, France, the Grimani Palazzo in Venice, the New National Theatre at the NNT Studio in Tokyo, Japan, and the Vianden Festival in Luxembourg. The next aria we will hear is Je suis encore from the opera Manon by Massenet. This is from Act 1, and it's really her first big aria. Manon has just arrived off the stagecoach and is meeting her cousin Lescaut, and she tells him all about her long journey.
Je suis encore tout Je suis encore tout engourdi.
Wonderful. And now it's time to hear about our third and final judge, Kostis Protopapas. That sounds like a Greek name to me.
Oh, I think it is. Like you.
And I would
You're
know.
Greek.
That's right, half Greek.
Awesome. I am so thrilled he could join us this year. I've been able to work at Opera Santa Barbara, and it's such a wonderful company. Of course, Santa Barbara is beautiful. You're from Santa Barbara.
I am from Santa Barbara, and the effort that Kostis has put in Opera in Santa Barbara has been really palpable within the community. And my husband, Nathan Granner, has actually sung Rodolfo at Opera Santa Barbara recently.
And I was fortunate to be on the Cunning Little Vixen that he did. Wow, what a great show.
Yeah.
So now let's hear some more about Kostis. Kostis Protopapas was named General Director of Opera Santa Barbara in December 2017, after 2.5 seasons as Artistic Director. During this time, he has brought a unified vision to OSB's musical and production values, strengthening the orchestra and chorus, engaging some of the country's most promising young directors and singers, building a high-performing production team, and increasing focus on contemporary American opera. The result was productions of both familiar and new repertoire that are counted among the finest in the company's history. As Artistic Director of Tulsa Opera, he conducted 30 productions of diverse repertoire extending from popular classics to contemporary American works. Kostis has also been an assistant conductor for the Lyric Opera of Chicago, LA Opera, and Santa Fe Opera.
Our next winner is 29-year-old countertenor Logan Tanner. Logan attended Baylor University, Westminster Choir College, and the Young Artist programs at the Music Academy of the West and the Hawaii Performing Arts Festival. Mr. Tanner has performed on operatic stages throughout the United States and abroad. Recent roles have included Ruggiero in Handel's Alcina and Oberon, King of the Fairies in Britain's A Midsummer Night's Dream. He will make several international debuts in 2021, including appearances in Australia, Tasmania, Singapore, New Zealand, and Germany. Logan will sing Fammi combattere from Orlando by Handel. In this Act 1, Scene 1 aria, Orlando is angry because his former love, Angelica, has fallen in love with another. He swears that he will find vengeance no matter what stands in his way.
Fammi combattere, mostri e ti fei, nuovi trofei, se vuoi dal mio valor. Fammi combattere, mostri e ti fei, nuovi trofei, se vuoi dal mio valor, dal mio valor. Fammi combattere, mostri e ti vei, nuovi trofei, se vuoi dal mio valor, dal mio valor. Fammi combattere, mostri e ti vei, nuovi trofei, se vuoi dal mio valor.
Oh my gosh, that was great. It is so wonderful to hear a countertenor.
It really is.
You know, this year, Jamie, we had 3 countertenors apply, and I'm thrilled that we're giving awards to countertenors. It's such an unusual sound. Wow, all those fast notes. How do they go that fast?
That's right. And it's a voice type that has once again gained popularity due to
Absolutely.
some of the most amazing countertenors we have performing right now.
Yeah.
Anthony Roth Costanzo, just really an incredible voice type. And I'm so happy that we could feature her.
Absolutely. Wow, he sounded great. You know, next I want to talk about one of our donors, who is a mezzo-soprano. She has so graciously made a donation to this competition, and we will give an award in her name, the Outstanding Mezzo-Soprano Award, Milena Kitic.
One of my favorite mezzos and my absolute favorite Carmen of all time.
Yeah, that's her signature role.
That's
I've heard her
right.
sing at LA Opera, and you know, when you hear her, well, I've heard it at LA. When you hear her voice, it fills every crevice in the hall. It's huge.
So rich and luxurious.
Yeah, and I heard her sing Suzuki there as well. It was just fabulous. International mezzo-soprano Milena Kitic has performed numerous roles with opera companies around the world for the past 3 decades. Perhaps best known for her signature role of Carmen, she has headlined in major performance venues across the United States and Europe. She has worked at the National Theatre in Belgrade, Serbia, the Alto Theatre in Essen, Germany, Washington, D.C. National Opera, Baltimore Opera, Los Angeles Opera, Opera Pacific, and the Metropolitan Opera. And the winner of the Milena Kitic Outstanding Mezzo goes to 22-year-old mezzo-soprano Emily Treigel. A New Orleans native, Emily Treigel is currently pursuing her master's degree at Rice University, where she received her bachelor's degree in 2020. This spring, she will cover the title role of L'Enfant in L'Enfant et les Sortilèges with Rice University. In November, Ms. Treigel was named a district winner of the Metropolitan Opera National Council auditions and will continue on to the regionals this spring. Emily will sing Allez, laissez-moi seul, which is the prince's aria from the opera Cendrillon by Massenet. In this aria, the bored Prince Charming fantasizes about his ideal woman. If only he could find her. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow. You know, Jamie, when I first heard her video, I couldn't believe she was 22 years old.
That's incredible. It's such an impressive voice.
Yeah, she's got a huge career ahead of her. You know, it's expensive being a singer. Am I right, Jamie?
That's right. That's right,
Let's
Kathy.
let's go back to when you were starting out and you won a few competitions.
That's right. I had the good fortune throughout my years of being in college at UCLA, and then also once I graduated with my master's degree and went on into the young artist level, it's imperative that we have the resources that we get from competition winnings in order to further our careers the way they need to be maintained and furthered.
You know, these times are tough. We're all at home. We can't go to the concert hall and sing. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the other competitions in the area because we all need to support each other in opera.
That's right. It's really a community endeavor, and that's what we're aiming to do here at PVC, right?
Yeah.
We are aiming to uplift our operatic community and gain interest in the operatic world. So here, just in the LA region, we've got the Palm Springs Opera Guild competition, the Lauren L. Zachary Society competition, and of course, the Metropolitan Opera National Council auditions, which are really a great way for young singers to be seen by opera lovers in our community.
Yeah, and you can go to your local Met competition wherever you are in the United States.
That's right. It's a national competition that's done by region.
Great. You know, I am dying to know now who is our next winner.
Well, Kathy, we've finally reached the point where we're awarding our top 4 prizes. Receiving our 4th prize award of $2,500 is 24-year-old bass Corey McGee. Corey studied at Rice University and the Oberlin Conservatory. He's participated in the Young Artist programs at Houston Grand Opera, Santa Fe Opera, Wolf Trap Opera, the Miami Music Festival, and the Arezzo Music Festival. Corey will sing Madamina il catalogo è questo from Don Giovanni by Mozart. And lucky us, he's provided super titles.
E consolatevi, non siete voi, non foste e non sarete nella prima né ultima. Guardate, questo non picciol libro è tutto pieno dei nomi di sue belle, ogni villa, ogni borgo, ogni paese è testimon di sue donnesche imprese. Maramina, il catalogo è questo, delle belle che amo il padron mio, un catalogo che ho fatto io. Osservate, leggete con me, osservate, leggete con me. In Italia 640, in Lamagna 231, 100 in Francia, Turchia 91, ma in Spagna son già 1.300. 1.300. Manco a queste contadine, cavalieri cittadine, van contesse e baronesse, marchesani, principesse e madonni d'ogni grado, d'ogni forma, d'ogni età, d'ogni forma, d'ogni età. In Italia 640, in Lamagna 231, 100 in Francia, in Turchia 91, ma in Spagna son già 1.300. 1.300. Vanno queste contadine, cavalieri cittadine, van contesse, baronesse, marchesani, principesse, e van d'ogni grado, d'ogni forma, d'ogni età, d'ogni forma, d'ogni età, d'ogni forma, d'ogni età. manca la dolcezza. Vuol l'inverno la grassota, vuol d'estate la grotta. Era grande, maestosa, era grande, maestosa. La piccina, 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 ogni orvezzosa, e ogni orvezzosa, e ogni orvezzosa. Delle vecchie a conquista el piacer di porle in lista, ma passion predominante la giovin principiante non si dica se sia ricca, se sia brutta, se sia bella, se sia ricca, brutta, se sia bella, purché porti la gonnella. Voi sapete quel che fa, voi sapete quel che fa, purché porti la gonnella. Voi sapete quel che fa, voi sapete quel che fa, quel che fa, quel che fa. Voi sapete quel che fa.
Oh, I just love Leporello. He's one of my favorite characters in opera. 1,001 Conquests of Don Giovanni.
I know, he's like a ladies' man. What is up with that?
We're not doing that today because there's a pandemic, okay? So let's just...
So, Jamie, how have you been during this pandemic? You know, I saw your broadcast of the telephone. I thought it was just fabulous. It was so innovative. It
Thank
was so
you.
today.
Thank you so much. Well, Kathy, you know, I've been very fortunate during this period of uncertainty in our
Yeah.
industry. And recently, my husband and I produced our own production of Menotti's The Telephone.
It was so funny.
We made
it was
a film.
hilarious.
We made a film
Yeah.
of Menotti's wonderful opera, and we recorded it in our master closet and filmed it in our living room. So this is what singers
With your dog.
are doing.
Yeah.
And my dog is
With
in
your,
it.
your dog was in it.
Esther, the opera dog. She's a huge star. But, you know, it just goes to show the way that singers have been innovating, the way that opera companies have been innovating during this time. We need more of this. We need more flexibility. We need bigger, better, and more accessible ways to show content to the viewer. And we also need to return to live performance just as soon as we possibly can.
I'm waiting for that.
I know, me too. And what have you been doing? You've been keeping busy.
You know, I was fortunate enough to be able to play for the Met competition. I made 36 recordings of 36 arias.
Wow.
Different arias, I meant to say. And I was hearing voices in my head.
I bet those earworms were going through.
The soprano, Donizetti, you know, going around.
Mad scenes in your head
Yeah,
all
mad
night
scenes,
long.
exactly. All right, well, let's get to our next winner. Our next winner is Joshua Weaker, tenor. Third prize, he gets $3,000. 31-year-old tenor Joshua Weaker is a graduate of the Young Artist Program of LA Opera. His appearances with LA Opera include Tamino in The Magic Flute, Malcolm in Macbeth, Cacumbo in Candide, Abdallo in Nabucco and Borsa in Rigoletto, as well as the cover of Tito in La Clemenza di Tito. Future engagements include singing Narabot from Salome with the Hawaii Opera Theater this April, the Duke of Mantua with Opera Tulsa in the fall, and Don Ottavio with Dayton Opera next winter. He's also appeared with Opera Iowa, Aspen Music Festival, Kentucky Opera, and Des Moines Metro Opera. Joshua Weaker will sing Par mi veder le lagrime from the opera Rigoletto by Verdi. In this aria, the Duke is concerned that Gilda, his beloved, has disappeared. He sings that she was stolen from him. And then he sings that he seems to see her tears falling down her face.
Istanti, prima che il mio presagio interno sull'arma corsa ancora mi spingesse. Schiuso era l'uscio e la magion deserta. E dove ora sarà quell'angelo caro, quelle che destar la fiamma di costanti affetti. Volessi pur al cui modesto sguardo, quasi spinto a virtù, valor mi credo. Ella mi fu rapita, e chi l'ardita, ma ne avrò vendetta. Lo chiede il pianto,
gosh.
Oh my God, he sounded great.
That Duke of Mantua, he is a scoundrel.
That's right. You can't help falling in love with him, right?
That's right. Like many tenors.
You know, Jamie, you married one.
I did.
I didn't.
Lucky you. No, just kidding.
You know, seriously though, I can't say enough how difficult it is for me as artistic director to pick winners and put them in first, second, third, fourth place. You know,
Oh,
in
my
my
goodness.
heart, every singer is a winner.
That's right.
And our goal for the Pasadena competition is to bring in more funding to support this art form that is just quite frankly undersupported in the United States.
And especially during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Really, we're interested in throwing a lifeline out to these singers.
Yeah.
And they're so, truly so worthy. And it's just a pleasure to introduce all of them to you today.
Yeah, so we're going to go on to our second place winner. But you know what? I want to say there's been many a second place winner who's gone on to huge careers.
Oh,
A
absolutely.
huge career. And all of our winners, I can't wait to see very soon in the Opera House Live.
That's right. Now we're thrilled to announce our second prize winner with a check for $3,500, soprano Alexandra Nowakowski. She studied at the University of Illinois and the Academy of Vocal Arts. Alexandra has been a participant in the Young Artist Program at Washington National Opera, where she sang Queen of the Night and Papagena in The Magic Flute, and Wolf Trap Opera, where she was praised for her frothy performance of Zerbinetta. She's also sung the title role in Lucia di Lammermoor, Zerlina in Don Giovanni, and Lauretta in Gianni Schicchi. Ms. Nowakowski is a first prize winner of the Gerda Listner Foundation competition and the Violetta DuPont competition. Alexandra will sing Air des Clochettes, the bell song, from Lakme by Leo Delibes. In the second act of the opera, Lakme, a Hindu priestess, sings the story of a young girl who wandered the forest and enchanted the wild animals with her magical bells to save Vishnu, the son of the creator Brahma. She is rewarded with an eternal heavenly life.
gosh, she sounded fabulous. How do you sopranos sing all those high notes?
Wow, that
in tune.
That is one of the most difficult pieces in the coloratura canon. Hats off, brava, my dear.
Oh my gosh, she looked great too,
Yeah.
right? Or I love that dress.
That's all part of the job.
Oh my gosh, wow, congratulations. You know what? It's time for the first place.
Oh my gosh, do we need like a drum roll?
We need a drum roll. Ask
Yeah.
Matt. Matt, can you do a drum roll? Snare drum, there it is. Oh my God, I love the sound of the snare drum. You know, my brother used to play the snare drum.
Really?
And, you know, before Visidarte in Tosca, there's that snare drum, you know, drum,
That's
drum,
right.
drum, dum, dum. And then, you know, the snare drum, like in Shostakovich symphonies.
Oh my gosh, it
I
even
love
happens at
the snare drum.
Kathy,
What?
we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We haven't even announced the
Who
first prize
got,
winner.
who got first place? Okay, it's Blake Denson, 24-year-old baritone. Congratulations. Baritone Blake Denson has been praised for his captivating dramatic interpretations, having a striking upper register, and a sound that booms to the back of the opera house. He was recently named a grand finalist winner of the 2020 Metropolitan Opera National Council auditions. In the 2021 season, Mr. Denson is a studio artist in the prestigious Houston Grand Opera Studio. He will make his company debut in the Studio Scenes showcase, singing the roles of Don Giovanni, Ramiro from L'Heure Espagnole, and Don Cayero from Carmen. Due to COVID-19, Mr. Denson was not able to make his company debut in the role of Morales, but fortunately, he will perform with the company in the new Houston Grand Opera Digital 2021 season. Now we will hear E Sogno o Realtà from Falstaff by Verdi. In this aria, the character of Ford has just learned that Falstaff wrote his wife a love letter. He contemplates his wife's presumed deception and ponders his own fate.
E sogno o realtà. Due navi enormi crescon sulla mia testa. È un sogno. Mazzofon, dormi, seria qui, su, ti resta, tua moglie sbarra, e mette in malassetto, l'ora tuo, la tua casa, e il tuo letto. L'ora è fissata, tramato l'incanno, sei capato e truffato, e poi tiranno, è un marito geloso e un insensato. Già dietro a me nomini fame, conio, fischian passando, mormora lo scherno. Oh, matrimonio, inferno, donna del mondo, nella langoglia abbiam fede i babbei. Affida lei la mia birra un tedesco. Tutto mio onesto l'olandese e l'urco. La mia bottiglia d'acqua vica un turco non mi amore a se stessa. O lei da sorte quella brutta parola i corni torna, le corna, oh, capron, le posatori che, ah, le corna, ma non mi sfuggirai, no, sozzo, reo, dannato e piccoleo. Prima le accoppio, e poi li colgo, le accoppio, li colgo, le accoppio, li colgo, le accoppio, li colgo, li colgo, le accoppio. Io scoppio.
If you're at home, stand up. Let's give them a standing ovation, all those fantastic singers.
That's right. It's been way too long since they've received a standing ovation in person, so we're going to give them one virtually.
Don't go away. Stay for our credits page. We've listed all of our donors and all of our participants. We will see you at the Opera House. Bye-bye.
Bye.